friends, and welcome back to the One Burn YouTube channel. My name is Emily and I am here today for hopefully a pretty quick little video. I am going to be talking about my February stash stats. I have done a little bit of changing up. I've been going back and forth on what I want to use my knitting journal and whatnot for. Do I even want a knitting journal? And I've realized I do want a knitting journal, but I want to like drastically simplify it. And so I've decided I'm not going to have like monthly spreads and things. Like I'm just going to be doing it all just in a list. So I've got January, I've got February, started of March, and I'm just going to do it that way rather than doing any sort of more complicated spreads and things. I don't particularly care the specific date of when I finished something. It's kind of fun to keep track of what month I finished something in, but I'm not super interested in knowing specific days on when I finish things. So, all I've got to say, just as a refresher, I ended out January with having plus 529 grams into my stash. February has been significantly better. So, yarns that came in this month, I got some Baby Bee Sweet Delight in the Sapphire Espresso colorway from Hobby Lobby. This is to make my newest expected nephew arriving later this year. I'm going to make a little sweater for him, so I needed some sort of like a baby yarn. And I really enjoy using this Sweet Delight yarn for kids knits. I've knit a few things out of it and it's really nice. They have some fun prints and things, and so it's fun to get to try out different colorways and whatnot. So grab that one. And while we were there, I had told my toddler that he could pick out the colors so that I could make him another vest, and he picked out this I Love This yarn in the Royal colorway. So it's just a bright blue. Forgot to mention, this is a 100 and, well, this one says 115, but it's 114 grams. And this one is 199 grams. Is that? Okay, perfect. That works out. So in my book, I had listed this as 200 grams and this is 115 grams. So they're both 1 gram off, so it all balances out. So I have those two, and then I did a little Valentine's swap with a knitting friend, and so the yarn that I got in there was 100 grams of this plush sock by Hypnotic Yarns. It's in the January 2026 colorway Chaos Coordinator. It is 85/15 superwash merino and nylon, 437 yards to 100 grams. And there we go. So yeah, this one's really fun. I'm going back and forth on either knitting a pair of socks out of it or holding it double and knitting a DK weight pair of socks. I'm not sure. I've been kind of feeling the itch to do a little bit of sock knitting again, which is, I'm okay with that. It's been about a year since I finished a pair of socks for myself. And so I'm kind of, yeah, feeling that itch again. So that brings us to a total of plus 414 grams in to my stash for February. Let's see, I think 414 plus 529 is 943. So that's plus 943 grams for the year, which sounds really bad until we start talking about how much yarn I got out of my stash. I'm so happy about it. So first off, in the swap, I sent 100 grams of yarn to my swap partner, so that was 100 grams out. I finished my Dreaming of Spring sweater, which I have a picture of it, which I'll pop up here somewhere, and that used 580 grams of yarn. Now that one, technically, I need to shorten the sleeves, and I'm still toying with the idea of whether or not I want to shorten the body, but I know it's going to be slightly less than that, but I'm counting it as 580. I finished my Ranunculus Owl sweater. I don't have any pictures of this just yet, but I have it right here. I've worn it several times. I was wearing it earlier today and then it got a little bit too warm, and I love it. And I used 329 grams for this. And then I finished some fingerless mitts for my sister-in-law, and those were the North mitts. I have a picture of those. Those used like exactly 50 grams. I finished my Miss Marple scarf, and that used exactly 100 grams. I actually do have that one out here. I'll go grab that in a second. And then I also finished I tested the retroactive pullover a couple years ago now, and Neil of Blocked Magazine was doing a knit along for a sleeve knit along that you like button onto a short sleeve sweater. And so I knit some sleeves for that pullover, which was amazing, and it just really showed me how useful fingering weight sweaters are in my wardrobe right now, and I need to make some more of them. But that used 64 grams of yarn. So that brought my yarn used up to, for February, was 1,223 grams of yarn. So when I take away the 414 grams that I brought into my stash, I had a negative of 809 grams for the month. And then for the year to date, I have negative 280 grams, which makes me delighted beyond words. I'm so pleased with that. It was one of those things where there was like a few things like the Miss Marple scarf, where I pulled it out to talk about it for my 12 cast-ons wrap-up video, which I filmed. I just haven't finished editing it and uploading it and all that jazz. And I saw how close to finishing it I was, and I was like, you know what, I could get this knocked out. Like, I could get this done. So I like got that one done really quickly, and I'm so pleased with how much I managed to finish in February, especially after January, where I hardly finished anything. It was just so nice and really encouraging in a way that I wasn't just, you know, bringing in more and more yarn. There is going to be some more yarn coming in for the month of March. I know that already. I've already had some that came in, and that's fine. I'm hoping that it will balance out, that I'll be able to like finish my Rujuu sweater, and that'll be a bunch of yarn out, and like I'm hoping it'll all balance out. But I'm just so pleased that after being so much in the positive for January, I'm actually in the negative for the year to date. That's just brilliant. But yeah, let me quickly grab my Miss Marple scarf, and then I will wrap up this video. So this is the Miss Marple scarf that I finished, and I love it, and I really want to make more. It's such a simple, fun to knit pattern. You kind of fold it down a little bit so it's nice and cozy, and it looks so cute. So yeah, that's the Miss Marple scarf. That's pretty much all that I have for this video. Thank you for tuning in today. Are you keeping up with your yarn stash, using or busting or whatever you want to call it, your yarn usage goals for the year so far? Whether that's to use yarn from your stash or, you know, to add yarn to your stash. Some people want to do that too. I mean, I think everybody wants to add yarn to their stash, let's be real. But yeah, I am going to go and probably do a little bit of knitting on my Rujuu sweater. I've got my sleeves to finish up, and I just need to get those done. I'm very, very ready to have this cardigan done. Aside from any like stash busting goals, I'm ready to have that done. And then I know I have a test knit cardigan that I need to get done by the end of the month. So unless some weird unforeseen circumstance occurs, I should get that one done, which would be more yarn out of the stash. And yeah, I have so many knitting plans, so many things I want to work on. And I'm trying to just get some test knits done so I can work on whatever I want to work on. But that is all that I have for this video. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe and comment and all that jazz. I should have that 12 cast-ons wrap up coming soon. I meant to have it done in February, and we all got sick, and it was just a whole thing. Or not all of us, just I got sick, and then the boys are sick. But yeah, that should be coming soon, and I am very much hoping to film a proper podcast sometime in the next bit. I need to get a little bit more sleep, and then I would like to film a proper podcast. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.